Well, as you can see, it is colder than normal here in the North Carolina winter. I think it got down to 7 degrees last night, and pretty much everything froze over. The bird waterer froze over. Pretty cool. But anyways, the purpose of this video is to kind of highlight some of the new gear I acquired over the holiday season. Some of it I received as a gift, some of it I bought. And this will give a good idea of some of the reviews to come on the channel. And if you see anything you want reviewed in particular, just leave a comment and I'll try to get to it faster based on how many comments everything gets. But yeah, I'll go ahead and start. This is a Granite Gear Crown VC 60 pack. 60 liter backpack. It's a very lightweight pack, just over 2 pounds. And I looked around all sorts of different packs. This is what I'm planning on taking on the PCT. And I looked at the cottage industry packs, I looked at some of the bigger names, and this is what I decided on based on comfort, durability, and the size is a little bigger than I would normally go, but it's still lightweight, so it doesn't really matter. And I'll get into more details later on this with the video, but it is a size regular, and I actually tried it on in the store. It's super comfortable. But one thing I noticed, the regular size hip belt was actually a little too big for me. I had it cinched down all the way when I was trying it on, and if I had lost any weight or if I lose any weight, it would be too big. So what I did is ordered it with a small hip belt, and this hip belt here is interchangeable, so you can pick the size you want. And the small, I've tried it on, it fits much better than a regular. And just for your information, I think I'm around like a 31 waist. So just keep that in mind if you do get this pack, but I'll go over that later. Anyways, next piece of gear. This is an Outdoor Research Helium 2 jacket. It's a super lightweight rain jacket, supposed to be waterproof and quote unquote breathable, but we'll see how that goes. It's made from Pertex Shield Plus material, which is something I don't have a lot of experience with, so this will be my first time trying it out. And this thing, I wish I could show you how light it is. It's about 6 ounces. And compared to my old Arc'teryx Gore-Tex jacket that I took on the AT, that is about half the weight. It was around 12 ounces, I think. So it's probably not going to be as warm, but I'll have some other down layers to make up for that. And hopefully it'll stay waterproof. I'll keep you updated on that. Next up, just got a wool buff here. It's just like a standard buff made by the Buff Company, but it's made out of merino wool. I'm hoping that will not hold on to the stink as much, and it should be a little bit warmer when I need it to. I've always loved the buffs. And next up, I got a Smart Wool base layer here. It's a mid-weight, I think 260 weight is what they put it as. Crew neck, long sleeve. And I can tell you, it is super warm. I wanted to go heavyweight for the PCT, but I looked into it, and actually once the Smart Wools go into the heavyweight category, they are pretty heavy, a little too much to take on the trail, I think. So I went with the midweight, and it is super warm. Still a little heavier than I would like. It's somewhere around 8 to 9 ounces, but I'm not sure if I'm going to take it yet or not. And the reason why is because of this piece of gear. It is Patagonia Capilene 4 base layer. It's a zip crew neck, quarter zip, and I already really like this piece of gear. You probably know last year on the AT I used the Capilene 3, which is great. I still wear that shirt all the time. It doesn't stink at all, and it worked great, kept me warm when it needed to. And so this is actually the next level up in weight, Capilene 4, and it is noticeably warmer, but it's actually lighter than the Capilene 3, which is pretty cool. And I can tell I'm gonna like it. I'm probably gonna take this on the trail as opposed to the Smart Wool, but we'll see. And I'll go into more detail later, obviously. But just to give you an idea of how it works, it's very similar to a Patagonia R1 shirt, if you've ever worn one of those. But it's basically got these little baffles of material that trap air in between them. They kind of act like baffles in a quilt might. Pretty cool idea. Works pretty well so far. I'll go do a review on that later. And then I got a Thermarest NeoAir X-Lite pad. This is the regular size 12-ounce inflatable air pad. I think it's got an R value around 3 or something. But from what I've seen online, everyone loves these pads. I had a couple friends on the trail that used them. They all loved them, never had a problem. I think only one guy got a hole, and it was pretty much just his fault. So I'm sure that'll be getting a review here at some point. And I got another Granite Gear compression bag. Had one of those for my quilt last year. This is a smaller one, 8 liter. I'm hoping it's going to fit the quilt that I'm going to be making here soon. Always a good bag. Super lightweight too. This is a life-proof, nude, waterproof case for my iPhone. I'm hoping to take all the videos on the trail with an iPhone. I would like to do the GoPro, but it's just it eats through batteries so fast. It's kind of unbelievable. So I'm thinking I'm going to do it with my iPhone, and this will allow me to make videos in the rain, underwater if I needed to. I'm not sure why I would, but you never know. And it'll just keep my iPhone functioning. So there's that. I may do a review on that if people are interested. I got some pocket knives here. I know I've never really done much with knives on my channel, but if that is something any of you are interested in, I have plenty of knives I could review, and some of them actually are great for backpacking. Most of them are just typical pocket knives that I wouldn't normally take backpacking. Like this one. This is a Spyderco Paramilitary 2 blade. Awesome blade, super sharp, and if people are interested in a review on it, I'll gladly do one. I'm really liking it so far. And just to give you an idea, I upgraded to this from a Kershaw Blur, so it's a much better knife steel, and I like the blade shape a lot better. It's a lot more functional. Anyways, if you're interested in knives, just let me know, and I'll do some reviews on them. This is actually a Spyderco Ladybug knife. I attached a piece of cord to it just to make a little handle for it. And this is what I'm hoping to take backpacking with me, just for if I ever need to cut anything. It is only 0.6 ounces, so it's really lightweight, but it's got a big enough blade to actually be functional as a knife. So we'll see how that goes. I'm actually looking into some other knives as well, but this is looking like it's going to be the one I take on the trail. And then coming over here, this is a tiny little headlamp. It's made by Petzl. I think it's called an E+. Yeah, there it is. E+ light. And it's around 60... No, I think it's around 30 lumens on high. It runs off those tiny little CR2032, I think they are, batteries. And it's just something I picked up. It was on sale for 20 bucks as opposed to the normally 35 price point. So it weighs under an ounce. It's 0.9 ounces. It's actually a functional headlamp. I could use it to hike by. The only thing I would have to do is take an extra pair of batteries for it. And the batteries that it uses aren't cheap, but it's just something I looked into. Pretty cool headlamp. I may take it, I'm not sure. This is a Zebralight H52 headlamp. Also functions as a normal flashlight. It's a super bright headlamp. It functions best on some of the more powerful rechargeable batteries. I'm not sure I'm going to take it on the trail. I would like to because it's very bright and it would be the perfect light. But I need a way to... I would either have to carry extra batteries for it, which adds weight, or I would have to bring a battery recharger just to recharge the single AA that's in there. It's a really good light though. I'll probably do some reviews on it anyways, because for a normal backpacking trip this would be perfect. It's very bright. And here I've got a pack of 6 titanium, I think they're made by Vargo stakes. I'm gonna give these a try. I'm not sure how well they'll hold up to being pulled on by a tarp or by a tent. I'm hoping they'll hold up well because they're very light. And you can see they've got some orange painted on them just to make them more visible at night or during the day. Be doing a review on those soon. I ordered some Dynaglide line from Dutch at Dutch Wear Gear, and hoping to use this as my bear line if I ever need it, hang up food with. I'm also hoping later at some point to make a hammock suspension out of this, so that should be exciting. It's kind of hard to believe that you could actually hang a hammock on something this thin, but it's very strong, made out of the same am steel like the heavier lines that I used on my whoopee slings were before. So that's that. I'll be using that for bear lines and hammock suspension eventually. And then finally, I've got a Sawyer mini filter. As you know, I loved the Sawyer squeeze. It worked extremely well on the Appalachian Trail. And honestly, the squeeze was still running fine, but it was just too tempting to get this filter. It's just like, I think it's 1.5 ounces. So it's about half the weight of the Sawyer squeeze, and it is tiny. As you can see, it'll fit anywhere in your pack. It doesn't have a guarantee for 1,000,000 gallons like the Sawyer squeeze does. I think it's guaranteed for 100,000. Either way, it's gonna last you a long time, and the price point's around 20 bucks, maybe just a little over 20 bucks. So it's hard to beat that. This is a steal for that much. I would highly recommend it. And in the package it comes with one squeeze bag and the plunger you can see here to clean the filter with. So it's a really good deal. Hopefully it's going to function as well as the squeeze did. I'll be doing some testing on it before I take it on the PCT, but I'm looking forward to it. It's very small, very light. So anyways, that kind of sums up the gear that I've picked up lately, and I'll be doing more reviews, like I've said a million times, coming soon. If you have an interest in any one piece of the gear, just leave a comment. I'll try to get to it. And thanks for watching. I'll see you later.